Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Driving Perilously, the show in which we turn on the camera and talk about what it is that's going on. What's going on is there's a lot of construction here in sunny South Florida, and I just passed a sign for a development that's coming called Blossom Trail. So the memories come flooding back of living in Orlando off of Orange Blossom Trail. Orange Blossom Trail in Orlando is not something you would name a home development after. So the people that named it Blossom Trail probably don't know about Orange Blossom Trail, but whatever. So Orange Blossom Trail is a part of Orlando that is 1792 and 441, and locally it's called Orange Blossom Trail. So here we are in sunny South Florida with home developments being built all over the place. Some really close to my grandparents' house. Some really close to my church. Some really close to pretty much everywhere I travel. So the ones off of Haverhill, the ones off of Military, and Hypoluxo, the ones, there's just so many, it's hard to count. And traffic is already bad. So I propose that we use more public transportation, but the buses don't seem inexpensive. They don't seem like you get anywhere fast enough, and they just seem kind of dilapidated. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. And no one's asking me anyway. So another day in sunny South Florida. It's been cold the last couple days. Today is sunny again, and I finished the triumphant standing ovation every night. Fiddler on the Roof, the most financially successful show that she's had in 10 years. She's been trying for 10 years to get it. It was a triumph, and I'm back at my 12th performance where I generally perform. I have a great part. I was thinking about that the other day. Whatever part I'm given, I end up being glad that I got that part. So I might go into a show thinking I want a particular part. And I don't know, have I ever gotten the particular part I thought I wanted? I don't think I have, but whatever part I end up with, I end up being glad that that's the part I got. And that is the case once again with the two latest ones. So Uncle Henry and the Emerald City Guard was a double part, which I liked, and it was one guy who's very steady and one guy who's a little unhinged, and I liked that. I was originally cast as the rabbi in Fiddler, and that would have been fun. Maybe I could do the rabbi at another point. But I ended up really liking Avram. He is basically like the general villager. So he is bringing the news at the end of their village being destroyed. He is in that Anatevka number, which is so heart-wrenching. At the beginning, he is just some guy at the wedding. Before the wedding, he's sad that Model's getting married to Seidel. Then he's thrilled at the wedding, to be at a wedding. And then, speaking of driving perilously, and then he just kind of represents the townspeople. Not as much as Shay does in Don't cry for me, Argentina, but you know, this is just a village, not a country. When I was cast in the 6-member play Midlife a Crisis musical, I really liked the parts I had there. When I was in Evita, I liked that I had a lot of little parts, and there were a couple things I didn't want to do that I didn't have to do. Like, I didn't want Evita to look at me and say, little man, so they gave that to somebody else. And then, well, I mean, I was never gonna do it, but I'm glad that I didn't have to do that. And they had somebody fan her. I didn't want to do that. They gave that to somebody else. I was never slated to do that. But the one thing in Fiddler that I didn't want to do, I just said I don't want to do it, and they gave it to somebody else, which was awesome. So before I forget, I'll just remind myself that I was injured with all that choreography, and it ended up being like 2 minutes of choreography. How can you get injured practicing something that only takes 2 minutes on stage that wasn't even taxing? But boy, I actually was injured. That's interesting. Hard to believe, actually. Anyway, so that's what's going on with my latest shows. I don't have anything past Clue, so it's time to get auditioning again. Take care, everybody.